Hello everyone, I'm back today with another video. This is going to be another episode of my Road to Platinum series. I'm going to go ahead and hit ready. Today I'm facing off against pepicoo, about 550 ELO, a lot of games, kind of more of a blitzing ratio, so we'll see how that goes. Over 5,000 games. I am 588 ELO on this account here, Gold Marshal. I'm probably on the gold leaderboard. I wonder what rank I am. I'm not one game away because I didn't get someone that was higher in ranking than me. So this will not be the last game in the series if I happen to win, which I hope I do. But there will be another game because I will be approximately like 697 or so if I win this game, or somewhere around there. But I went and opted for this setup. In my main account, I face a lot of about 600 level players, and I like to use this setup against them. It's a pretty good setup for those types of players, I find. It's my best lower level setup. But I'll go ahead and use it against this player here. He fits the mold. He's a aggressive seeming player, again with that 50% ratio, about 550 ELO. But let's go ahead and get into this game. So, good start there, picking up the lieutenant. I already forget what that was. It was either a lieutenant or a sergeant, so I'm going to hit it with the lieutenant and see what it was. So that's the problem sometimes with talking during games. You kind of, okay, it was lieutenant. You kind of don't concentrate as well. That's why I don't commentate live during tournament games. If I do a tournament game, I will record the footage and I'll add commentary later. But that's okay, I'm just playing against a low gold person, so hopefully it's not an issue. So we've got unknown piece here, we got a miner here. He hasn't used any scouts, so I should probably conserve mine, because I don't like to be down too many scouts. I'm going to hit that piece, captain, oh well. I was thinking that would be a scout maybe, but let's see, I'm still up, and it's early game, so it's not an issue. Let me go ahead and advance on this piece with the major and see what he does. I'm thinking this might be a scout or kind of a worthless piece. He's just running away with it, so. Let's go ahead and advance with this captain here. And maybe I can do a double attack. I'll let him go further on that, and then hopefully I'll take the lieutenant. I prefer he takes the scout, not the sergeant, but oh well. Okay, he's not going to let me do that double attack, so let's go ahead and scout this piece and see what we got here. Maybe I shouldn't, because I'm using a lot of scouts. Let's see what he does over here. So I know minor and lieutenant, and that's it so far. He's pretty defensive. He came out in the center pretty strong, but then he just kind of collapsed back. But apparently he's thinking pretty hard about what to do here. So it seems for this match, he's he kind of rushes in and then he retreats back. Like he did kind of over here, he just retreated back. I think if I threaten this piece, he'd probably retreat back. He might attack further, who knows. But he seems to be more a defensive style. Let's go ahead and, okay, so he's going to attack further, which, that is a 5th scout. I'm about to use a 6th over here, but I'll take that lieutenant. He's not used any scouts so far, which is pretty rare, I think. So I'll go ahead and advance on that piece with my sergeant. I'm up a sergeant, so let's see what that is. Sergeant, okay. Man, he does not use any scouts. Now watch, his first scout he uses is going to be taking out my marshal. That'd be pretty funny. But people don't usually scout that. But I'll go ahead and move that down. Alright, let's go see what this piece is. This is a miner. I know that. But I don't know what this is, and I would like to know. So, captain. So, I do not at all find it, hey, he's the scout. I would not at all be surprised if the marshal was right here, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this major here. I'm going to move it up, and then I'm going to keep it there. I'm actually going to float this general over into the center kind of nonchalantly, if I can get away with that. And I'll attack it. If it happens to be the marshal, then I'll smash into the center, and the worst thing that happens is that we trade. It could very well be that the marshal's not there, but I've played a lot of games recently on my main account with gold players, and they like to do something like this. Interesting. He doesn't know that major. It's probably a scout, but I'll go ahead and take that anyway. That's not at all a problem. But he's gonna kind of threaten that. I'm just gonna walk it back here and move this sergeant out. I don't think he's gonna hit it, even if it is a good piece, because I have this colonel sitting right here that I'm sure he's not gonna call that bluff, because obviously that colonel can't guard the major. But what I really want to do is just get this general in the center so I can enact my plan. But he certainly takes a while to think about his moves, so. Okay, so I'll go ahead and keep moving it back here. And I'm going to go and retreat this major here. I'm pretty sure is not a good piece, but I'm not going to risk a major on that. But, okay. So he's kind of mounting some sort of attack in the center, which I find surprising because he seems to be very content just to settle in defense. But let me see. I need to kind of get these pieces out. Okay, this is a bluff piece. Well, it was a bluff piece, but that was the wrong piece to hit it with. That's rather unfortunate. Okay. Let me see. It's kind of an interesting situation because he's actually mounting an attack. But I'm going to go ahead and keep that there. And let's see, I'm up a sergeant, down a bunch of scouts. It's the only thing at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this captain. I could very well be wrong that the marshal is not there. I don't know why he's doing that, but whatever. So let's just hit that and find out what's behind it. It could very well be a colonel, and that would just be a play for info by me. But whatever it is, it's not a bad situation because it's early in the game. He doesn't have any info on me either. Interesting, he is not going to do anything. I'm going to hit this piece, actually. 7. Well, I'll take a free captain. Can't complain about that. Definitely, it was weird that he just had a captain sitting there guarded by a major. But let's see, we just traded majors there, so I'm going to try to rush in with this captain, use my captain advantage here, and see what I can pick up. It's making me rather uncomfortable in the center, and I'm starting to think maybe his marshal is somewhere in here. I'll go ahead and take that piece. Just used a major. He'll probably have a colonel somewhere over here, but I'm expecting, let's see, he had a major here, so maybe what? General here, maybe? No, he probably went and guarded. I'll tack down and see what happens. Marshal. So there's the marshal. What a weird place for a marshal. Well, either way, I was correct, just one space off. They do like to do something like that. Let's go ahead. Should I just take the free captain? See, I'm up 2 minors. Kind of worried he might, if this is a general, he might blitz. Try to take out these pieces. I'll take it. I'm confident enough. That's fine. If this is a general, he'd probably trade. But that's fine. I highly doubt he remembers this major. That'd be not good for me if he did, but okay, I'll trade generals. Why? Why would you do that? That was an utterly terrible move. I guess he was trying to, like, bait me into scouting that piece, but he already knew that piece and he just gifted me a free captain. That was a terrible sequence of events for him, but either way, it ended in the take of his captain for me. Let's see, he's bringing this marshal up and over. Let's go ahead and this is my last scout. I don't want to be too aggressive with it. Let's go ahead and, okay, I need to retreat this major. Let's see, marshal here. He opened up some sort of offensive in the center, so it might be like the general. As long as, if he keeps wasting scouts on trash pieces, that's good to regain my scout advantage here. But I'll go ahead and do that. Kind of force him to take a risk on this piece. And yeah, it's probably not my spy, but that's fine. Okay, so kind of wondering what he's doing here. Let's just give him a free sergeant and see what this piece is. General. Okay, good. So that means I can be aggressive with my colonels, and he won't be able to call any sort of... he'll have to scout it, I mean. So let's go ahead and come up with this colonel. I think this is a believable marshal. So he might want to scout it. Yep, so that's fine. Like I said, I'm comfortable to trade off colonel. I mean, I'm winning right now. I'm up 2 captains. So I'm comfortable to trade off everything. And if I can get him to waste scouts before he can discover my marshal, then that's even better. But no problem. Okay, so we'll trade colonels here. No problem for me. Go ahead and do that. Well, my second colonel's kind of buried here. I wanted to make sure the general couldn't get to it, but... I wonder if I could bluff this scout as my marshal. Let's try that. Oh, I see what he's gonna do. Okay, so... You know what, actually, I'm gonna try to trade marshals right now. Because he's kind of got me in a weird position here. I can't let his gen rush in. And I see what he's doing with that marshal. That was actually a good move. If I move the scout over, he'll move over on the major. And I'll be forced to keep this here as my spy, because I have no other place to move this piece. The major, if he were to do that. But I'll go ahead and come up here with this marshal. And if he puts a piece right there, I will take that. Yeah, he's going to move this piece down, and it could be a scout and a miner, and I don't really care. I'm just going to trade marshals. See what he does here. And if he won't let me trade marshals, then I at least want to force his marshal out and then trade generals. So like I said, I'm up 2 captains, so trading is a good strategy for me right now. Okay, that's fine. I'll trade off. So I gotta be on the lookout for a colonel now, though, so we'll see here. Let's go ahead and... I think this is the right time to bring out the spy and see if I can force his marshal out. I don't really want to move over like that, but let's see what he does if I do that. Alright, so now that allows me to move in, and maybe he'll hit it, maybe he won't, that's fine. Let's see, where'd the general come from? Let's see, I'll take that. Miner. Perfect, 3rd miner. Like I said, I would take anything. I wouldn't even be mad about a scout. But let's see what happens here. Obviously, I'm going to avoid whatever this piece is with my major here. So I'm going to go ahead and move up. I'm not comfortable to move next to that piece. So let's go ahead and... Okay, I'll let him have the scout if he wants, but he's not going to get anything else. But But what I want to do actually is I'm going to move this marshal over. Hopefully he'll move over, and this will prevent him from being able to trap the major. Okay, so he'll take the scout, which is totally fine with me. I don't really care. I'm not going to really need that because hopefully we'll trade marshals and I won't have to scout anything. But yeah, he's definitely at a disadvantage because he's down the 2 captains. I'm just going to play 2 square rule here. I have no problem doing that. So, okay, whatever. I'm going to move over on that marshal, and I'll kind of, I guess, rescue this spy. It's fine. I do want to keep this in play as long as the marshals are in play as well. I don't really know how I feel about this piece. I almost feel as if it's a bluff. I mean, obviously I'm not going to call a bluff with the spy. I'm going to move up with the colonel, and I'll exchange colonels if he takes the spy. That's fine. But he's acting like it's a bluff. He's not taking any of these pieces. Wondered if I should almost just leave the spy there and dare him to take it. Okay, so I'll move up on that. This would be more believable. Oh, okay, so that is the colonel. So, very interesting. So, first I want to trade majors, then I'm going to move over and ensure that he can't lotto this captain here. Let's see, yeah, so all he has left here are majors, and I've got the 2 square on this major here. Alright, I'll go ahead and trap that, force him to move something else here. This captain has moved. I don't know if he'll remember that it originally spawned right here. Okay, he's just going to trade colonels, that's fine. I was going to bring the marshal down and trade colonels anyway. Let's go ahead and let's get aggressive with our majors here. If I can trade off majors, then this is a 1 game easily. And again, he's gonna get screwed over by the 2 square rule, so these are probably both scouts, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just get a good position in a setup. Interesting, he seems bent on giving me a piece. I'll take it, whatever. 4, okay. Is he gonna go lotto with a major here? I'll move the captain out of the way, but anything else, he's gonna have to actually lotto. Let's see what this is. I'll probably scout this piece just to make sure it's a major. Yep, it is. Okay, good. Like I said, I really have no need for that scout except maybe to scout his spy, but I'm going to trade anyway, so let's go ahead and do that so he can't chase the captain. He might try to threaten these pieces with this marshal, but yeah, that's fine. We'll go ahead. My marshal will get there first, so we'll just trade off majors. So no problem with that. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, I did lose a captain there. That probably wasn't the best sequence of moves. I wonder what I could have done differently, but it doesn't really make a big difference in this game because I'm up another captain and 3 minors as well, so. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're just going to give him the captain, and then we'll just trade majors. So, that's fine. Yeah, I probably should move the captain this way, but oh well. Let's see, we'll go ahead and trade off here. Alright, that's fine. So we gotta look out for 1 more major, and I seal the game pretty much. Where did his marshal spawn? I'm trying to remember it. Oh, it was over here. That's right. So I would believe if he had some sort of flag over here, so I'll probably start getting aggressive here. This is the marshal here. If I can move the marshal over this way and start trapping his moved pieces. It's probably a scout, like I said, but that's fine. Right now he's moving the marshal over this way. Flag is well guarded enough, and he has to be cautious with his miners. They're probably buried in here somewhere, because he only has 2 of them left. That's probably a 4th, but I have no qualms about that. That's fine. Well, Major did come from right there, so who knows. But let's go ahead and see if we can do something with this piece up here. So we got 3 move pieces from him. So he's just gonna let me take that. It's probably... Oh, spy. Okay. So, it's kind of interesting. If he actually recognized he has the 2-square rule advantage, he could actually force my major back. But he doesn't recognize that. Okay, that's good. He actually could have forced my major back. I was expecting to trade majors there, actually. He could have forced my major back and rendered it immobile if he didn't want to trade marshals. Because my major would be stuck in these three spaces. My marshal would be here, his would be there. But at any rate, that's fine. Oh, and he just trapped his marshal. What a terrible move. Anyway, so this major goes free, and this is pretty much a lock win at this point, barring some total meltdown. It's probably a minor, and this is probably going to be the major coming to support it. But that's fine. Am I going to have enough moves? No, I won't. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Okay. So let's see what he does here. Oh, so that was the minor. Okay. If he'd moved next to it, I would have attacked it. I didn't think that was going to be the major. When he started rushing it down the center, it would have made more sense to support the, come down here and support what was at least acting like a minor. But this here might actually be the major. Let's see. Huh. Interesting. So, let's see. I've got a... Okay. So, at this point, it's just finding out which is the lieutenant. He's 1 minor left, so... Let's see, I gotta find the major, that's the only thing, so I know probably bomb here. You know what, I'm gonna bring down this minor and see what's around here. So he had the marshal here, that's pretty odd place, especially for a player like him. Usually it's in the second, but let's go ahead and see what's up here, because he has a lot of scouts and a lot of bombs, and no really pieces that can take out a minor. He's got a lieutenant, sergeant, probably one of these is the major and one's lieutenant, but... You know, probably both of these are scouts, who knows? That's fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this piece. Okay, never mind. Well, I'll hit it if he moves next to it. And if it's the major, then I'll rush with the captain and trap this piece here. But let's go ahead and check this. He's just revealing his setup, which does not help him. But, interesting. So this is probably the last minor, or maybe a scout. Charge on. Lieutenant. So he has an open flag, unless it's in this location and surrounded by 4 bombs here. But I'm going to force him to trade marshals or lose lieutenant. So, interesting. That's a scout. But he is going to opt to lose lieutenant. Wow. I mean, his best bet right now is to just run around the lake with the major and hope I self-destruct. But, that was not the way to do it. He needs all the pieces he can get and not lose them. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and move over there. Of course, keep the 2-square rule advantage. I want to keep control of these 2 lanes. And I'm not sure... Like I said, I'll hit with the lieutenant. I mean, I have a lieutenant advantage now. Scout. So that one was a scout. Okay. So we'll come back with our marshal here. So... Not really sure what he's doing. He seems intent on lottoing, which, oh well, but okay, that's fine. Like I said, I have the lieutenant advantage now, not to mention 3 miners. Oh, I see what he's going to do. So he's going to probably scout that miner, he'll lotto it, and then he'll probably lotto next into it, into the bomb. But, oh, I see, he's going to scout this piece, whatever. So he knows 2 bombs here, so he's probably suspecting a flag. Wait. Oh, for some reason I thought that he checked this piece. He didn't. He actually attacked this captain with a miner. I should have moved the captain out. I totally did not think about that. But I'm going to force him to trade or lotto, and probably lotto right into that bomb. So that'll probably be game over unless he opts to trade, which would be the smarter decision, but let's see what he does here. He's still at a pretty severe disadvantage. He's down a lieutenant and 2 miners. SOS. Yeah, this is he's put up a good fight, but that's because I don't know the major. Otherwise, alright, so he's gonna let me trade. That's fine. I'll probably, these scouts are making trouble for me. I'm gonna go ahead and rush in with this miner. See what I can pick up. These 3 are bombs. This has moved, I believe, right? Yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces here. Wonder what he's gonna do here. But, alright, let's see here. Alright, I'll go ahead and press on. Bomb there, of course, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a sergeant here. It's also the only possible location for a closed flag. There it is! Closed flag in the 2nd row. Huh. So I would wonder where his major was. Did a pretty good job of concealing that, but either way I took the win. But we are 1 game away now, 4 points, so pretty much any player will do it. But that'll do it for this episode. Good game, pepicoo.